All right, my first play for the show, I'm going to break down the Astros and the Oakland A's. So Christian Javier is taking on the A's today, and I have no idea why, but DraftKings has his outs recorded props at 14 and a half, which means will he or won't he finish the fifth inning, which is really strange because against the Oakland A's, he has in 29 at bats, which is a pretty decent sample size. He has a 103 batting average against and a 401 OPS against, which is pretty amazing, actually. Those are great stats. So if you're going to judge whether a pitcher is going to go long or not, the first thing you look at is how he does against that team. Christian Javier does really good against the Oakland A's. And taking a look at his last few starts, he had kind of a blow up against Detroit in his last start. He gave up 7 and he didn't even get out of the second inning. But besides that, he finished 7 innings. He went 5.1 innings, 5 innings, and 6 innings. So basically, he's gone over 17 and a half outs in all of his starts except one. And the Oakland A's don't seem to be giving him any trouble here. So I like Christian Javier over 14 and a half outs recorded. If this number moves up to 15 and a half, I still like it. And this is a 2% play that I sent out to my clients before the show, but Christian Javier over 14 and a half or 15 and a half outs recorded is the first play I'm giving out on the show. All right, before we get to my best bet for the show, I want to let everyone know I have a 5% play in Major League Baseball going out today. If you go to wagertalk.buzz/TB, my page on the wagertalk.com website, you can grab my 5% max play. I'm plus 105 units in Major League Baseball in 2024, which is number 1 in profit in Major League Baseball at WagerTalk. And so grab my 5% play and cash with me on that one. This for the show is a 2% client play sent out to my clients. This is in the Mets and Phillies game. So Jose Quintana is going against the Phillies today. And although he has decent stats against the Phillies in his career, what does he have? A 246 average against, which is pretty good, 694 OPS. But that's when he used to be a good pitcher. And he's not a good pitcher anymore, as shown by his bloated 155 whip. Jose Quintana is not a good pitcher anymore, and his outs prop in this, outs recorded, is 16 and a half. So the book is saying, will he or will he not record 2 outs in the 6th inning against the Phillies today? The Phillies are the number 1 batting, run-producing team in all of Major League Baseball in the last 10 days. And Jose Quintana has only gotten he's only recorded an out in the 6th inning once in his last 4 starts. And that was against the St. Louis Cardinals, who couldn't hit their way out of a paper bag. I think the Phillies will challenge him. When you look at these props, these out props, you have to look at whether the lineup is challenging the pitcher or not, and whether the pitcher tends to go long or not. So Jose Quintana, yeah, he does. They leave him in the game for 90 or so pitches. But he's taking 90 pitches to even get out of the 5th inning. So he's not he's not a pitcher who uses his pitches wisely. And the Phillies are not a lineup that allows pitchers to make mistakes. So either he's going to get bombed and get taken out early, or he'll finish 5 innings on a 90 pitch count and be removed from the game. Either way, I don't see Jose Quintana recording 17 outs in this game. So the best bet for the show is Jose Quintana under 16 and a half outs recorded. Again, grab my 5% play at my page at wagertalk.com. We can cash together. I went 5-0 in Major League Baseball yesterday, and I'm the number 1 MLB profit capper at WagerTalk so far in 2024.
Hey guys, Adam Trigger here, wagertalk.com. It is Thursday. I'm here to talk Major League Baseball, and we're talking the lone day game with Yankees and Twins. But before we do that, please give us a like, subscribe to our page, because we're going to keep bringing you these free baseball picks all season long. And follow me on Twitter at TopPlaySI, where I will let you know from now until first pitch whether this is going to be a client play for me or not. I really want to back the Twins here. The Yankees own the Twins. Let's just get that out there. Since the beginning of 2002. I mean, this is going on over 2 decades now. The Yankees are 119-44 against the Minnesota Twins. They absolutely own this team again this week. Twins just have no answer for the Yankees. The Yankees are rolling a little bit. They've won 9 of 11 coming into this game. But all of that's without a doubt baked into the number here. You know, that has trickled in, I think, to Yankees Twins lines over the last couple of years now, because it's such a narrative that, the Yankees just absolutely own this Twins team. But, I go back to what I just said off the top. There's still 44 Twins wins in there. So it's not like the Yankees are going to win every single one. And, sometimes I've noticed in this series, especially the last couple of years, you get a really good spot and you end up getting a really big discount on like a great spot matchup for the Twins because of that, narrative that the Yankees have just owned them, which they have. But again, it doesn't mean the Twins aren't going to win a couple of these games. And with the Twins playing great ball as well, at least they were coming into this series, I think you've got to like the Twins here with Joe Ryan on the mound, because Joe Ryan gives them a massive advantage at the starting pitcher position in this game. And I think there's other reasons to think that the Twins can salvage one here and avoid the home sweep. Now, I mean, this might be just where I have him rated, but I think Joe Ryan is one of the top pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. Very well might be the best starter in the American League. We'll see if that, translates through the rest of the season. But I would say his whip right now is under 1. I think that 3.21 ERA actually comes down. A lot of those runs were mistake left out over the plate that was hit for a home run. Outside of that, this guy doesn't give much up at all. He's got high leverage relief pitcher stuff, except he goes out and does it for 6-7 innings to start. 53 strikeouts in 47.2 innings pitched, just 6 walks. He's as good as it gets right now for a starting pitcher in baseball. And so I feel like, minus 115 at home with a team like the Twins, that's still a very solid baseball team. That's hard to pass up, especially when they're in the spot where they might scratch and claw for this one a little bit more than the Yankees will. Knowing that the Yanks already took the first 2 games, they're going to go start a series at home over the weekend. I could see it being Schmidt to like maybe the B bullpen guys. And I think you're only going to see Holmes here if the Yankees have a lead or if they're trying to hold off a lead. If not, this feels like a spot where the Yankees go back into the bullpen to reset for the weekend. Now, Clark Schmidt's been solid. I don't have an issue with him. I backed him a couple of times successfully this year. But I do notice that the numbers don't lie. He really struggles third time through the order. Seems to get through the first 4 or 5 innings comfortably. That's where he tends to get in trouble, the 5th or the 6th. So I think, if you can get Schmidt out by like the 5th inning, which tends to be where the Yankees like to run him to, the Yanks are going to have to kind of piece together 3 innings or so until they can use Holmes. Or they're going to have to use Holmes for multiple innings. I don't think you're going to see Luke Weaver today. He threw 31 pitches yesterday. So to me, there might be an advantage there as well. You're probably getting Joe Ryan into the 6th or the 7th, and then the Twins' top bullpen guys, where you're going to get Schmidt for the Yankees, who is at least hittable. I could see a scenario where the Twins get to him. But even if he's really good for the first 4 innings, teams have broken through against him in the 5th and the 6th. And then the Yankees are going to have to sort of put the 6th, 7th, maybe the 8th together. And if they're trailing, they might just say, you know what, let's take our best relievers into the home series this weekend and see if we can put this one with the back end guys. Maybe we'll get a rally and come back. If not, we already had a successful trip to Minnesota. So all that considered, I think this is a very good spot for the Twins. I think you're getting a far superior starting pitcher with Ryan. And I do prefer the full game as opposed to the first 5, because I do think you might have the biggest advantage might be in innings like 5 through 8 for the Twins, and you'd want to take advantage of that. So best bet for me today, Minnesota Twins, minus 115. I think they salvage the finale of this series and knock off the Yankees this afternoon.